So I'm going to go over how you would create this frame using the frame generator. So I'm going to go into Inventor, start a new assembly, and the first thing I'm going to place in is there's a given part file which is the 500.106R_frame. And if you put this in, you can see it's the frame, wireframe of the frame. So if I go, I'm just putting it into the correct view, which is the same as this one here. I'm then going to set these couple of views just to make sure. So set current view as home, fit to view, and then change that one to the front view. So now this is our frame, and as you can see from this top view, there are two types of box section, or well, RHS. We've got this rectangular section here for these two members, and also you can see by the 3D isometric you've got these two members as well. So we're going to use the 70 by 50 by 5mm rectangular section, and the rest of it is this square section. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 70 by 50. So if you go up here into design, you've got insert frame, and it will make you save the assembly before you're able to do anything. So I'm just going to save it, called 500-106R. I'm going to replace that. And then you go into here, ISO 4019, but we want rectangular, and we want 70 by 50 by 5, and it is mild steel. So I'm going to put in these sections here. Make sure you click on that single, and it's sat on the inside of the frame, and you need to check the measurements whilst you're doing this. So a lot of people sometimes just go click, 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 but it's better to make sure you've got the frame situated in the right place. See, because sometimes it will do that, it'll put it on the other side. So I'm going to apply that one. Oops. Now it's going to put that one in, then we're going to carry on. If you can't highlight, you can click select other. I'm just going to apply putting all of these in. So we've got those two parts done, and then we've got this long section back here and the one at the front. So like I said, they sit on the inside of this outer yellow frame. And it's this one just here, so that needs again to be set on the inside. Finish that. So that's those members done. Now we need to do the others, but before we do that, I'm just going to change this so you can see down here that when we put this next section in, you're going to have to cut these edges back, so trim them, and I'll go through that in a second. But first of all, we'll put those 50mm parts in. So I'm just going to zoom out. And again, that's all sat on the inside, so we've got this part down here. And what's best to do is come from the outside in, so we know that this member here, for example, will be on the inner edge there, so let's put that one in first, because that is also 50 by 50, so we'll go insert frame. Again, it's the ISO, but make sure you change it to square, and then it's 50 by 50 by 5 as well. And then we'll select that one there. Just need to move it around. So you can see that's gone in there now. Yeah. And when I press OK, it's putting these models into a folder within where our assembly is. So I can put that one in. So now I've put those in as well. You can see now the frame's starting to take shape. And then that one there sat on top, so let's put that one in. And that one's measured from there. that. And we're just going through, making sure all of these are in the same orientation to give us the correct dimensions. Apply that one. And that one sits on the inside, of course. And what you need to do is you just need to come back, keep checking here, make sure you're getting the right dimensions. So we've got this one here, let's put this one in, for example. And what you can do is, when you finish, you can right click on this one, turn the visibility off, then you can see which parts you're still missing. So put that visibility back on. I'm just going to add this section in here next. Oops. And then we need to make sure that this member here is 966 to the outer edge. So if we use the measure tool, press M, and we measure from that face to that line, we've got 1016, that needs to be 966. So the 50mm, of course, of the sections, that means it's on this side here, so when we put the frame in, that's correct there. And this is what you need to do, you just need to keep referring to your drawing, taking measurements and making sure that all your members are in the correct place. So what else do we need to do? We need to do that top bit there, which follows the same path. So we've pretty much done all of the main parts. Now we've just got to do the upstands. Just check that. So again, turn the visibility of this off, have a look. Yeah, you can see we missed that member there, and we also need the upstands. So I'm just going to put the visibility back on. So missing that member and that member, so those two lines there. And we've got this dimension here, so 762, so it'll be 762 from there to the back side of it as well. So I'm just going to measure to that line. So that's the 762, so we know the member needs to sit on this side. So insert. And you can see here this member sits, it's not in line with that one, so we know that that one will be going the same way. That's right there. And now it's just a case of doing the upstands. So we've got this first one in here. And then we're going to do these other parts that are on their own. So we've got that one. And then when you're doing these ones, you need to double check on this view just here. And you can see that this one isn't in line with that, which it's showing as there. So we need to move it up to this position just here. And then you can see on this it matches. And then that will be the same for this one here. You can see that that one is sat in line with that one, which is in line with that cross member there. So that one's correct also. And then we got these two items. And again, make sure you don't click that yellow line, make sure you select other. Oops. Click sketch other then. So make sure you get this one first. Oops. Apply that one and just go through getting the rest of them. And I think we've got one more just over here. And that should be all of the parts there, I believe. And that's how you use the frame generator to very quickly get all of those members done. Oh, we've missed one just there. And you can see that one is in the same orientation as the rest of them, so it's sat onto those members there. So that's how you get the basis of the frame. I think it's much quicker than modelling all of these parts separately. So now the last thing we just need to do is notch everything out and trim the beams back. So what I mean by that, as you can see here, they're overlapping. So what I'm going to firstly do is I'm going to turn the visibility of that off so we can just see our frame. And then in a combination of looking at this and the isometric view, you can work out which members are going to be notched back. So if you go into trim, extend, the first thing you choose is the member or members. So I'm going to choose this one, and then the face I'm going to use to trim them back to is this one, which is the face they're going to be touching. When you hit apply, you can see it will trim it back, and then I've clicked apply so the box stayed open. So next I'm going to do this member and use this face, and you can see then that you can just go around and notch all of these out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you can see by using this plan view, you can see here, look, that this member is the complete member and these two are chopped out in between. And then you can just go around doing that for every single one, and that's how you get the frame using the frame generator. So any tools you really need to know are insert frame, and in there of course you've got all of your options. Then you've got the orientation of the way you're going to put that member in, and then there's the trim and extend function here, which we've been using, as you've seen, to just trim away the bits of the member that aren't needed, using the members selection and then clicking the face and then clicking apply. And then that will all update in the folder, which is in the same path as your assembly file, and in there will be all the member models, and that's using the frame generator.